We're back in Baltimore, baby. Friend of the program from Verso, and we just came out of your session. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, we were talking about listening at scale, so we were talking about tools that bring in audio and video and make sense of it over time. We're kind of like sleeping on audio and video. Language models at the beginning were all about text and data, and audio and video have an enormous amount of bandwidth. And they're often like the first signal. It's something that's happening live, it's raw, it's not been digested yet. And so if we can do a better job in newsrooms of understanding what's happening on audio and video streams, radio and podcasts and police scanners, court streams and business earnings. There's a million things that we can be like making sense of and getting like reporting leads from that are sort of currently mostly locked away.
Kaveh, great to see you.
Thanks, Andrew.
Like that, right? Let's see that.
Hey, I am Blake Eskin, and I am chair of Journalism Design, a program at the New School in New York City. I have like a media literacy app, so every day students in the class have to share one news story and say what happened, why it matters, and where they found it. Now that we live in a decentralized world where we don't know where information is coming from, everybody is like a repeater. Everybody is committing acts of journalism, whether they realize it or not.
Where are you on the spectrum between AI pessimism and optimism?
I'm an anti-pessimist. My daughter learned English not through like traditional methods, but by like getting rid of those red squiggles from Google. And that is AI, folks. But I think this is our world now. So I'm an AI realist.
Excuse me, Meenakshi.
Yes.
What have you been vibe coding lately?
I just started vibe coding this tool that I can use to help me find guests for my podcast. I need people who are experts on AI governance and policy, but a lot of these people who work in policy go on these long seminars. I don't have time to sit there and watch an hour and a half. So I vibe coded this tool to watch it for me. It's gonna spit out a list of who speaks plainly and has fresh ideas.
That's awesome. What's the name of your podcast?
It's AI Elsewhere.
AI Elsewhere. Thanks, Meenakshi.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrew. Now, hold on. Can I say we look the same right now? Do we want to be doing that? Maybe I'll do like this.
I mean, it depends what we're going for.
Natural.
Okay.
All right, so we just finished up at the Hacks Hackers Journalism AI Summit.
And I want to know from you, Andrew, how you would characterize the vibe this year versus 1 year ago when we were at this conference.
So I keep thinking back to what I view as the keynote speech from last year, which was a panel discussion, and it was all focused on how do we sue OpenAI. Should we sue them a lot? Should we sue them a little?
Or any AI company.
We're trying to figure it out together. And this year was, hey, should we build our own AI tools? Should we buy from vendors? It was a totally different discussion. It was all about tactics, and it kind of acknowledged the reality that AI is here to stay.
In some ways, this feels like a journalism conference we might have gone to 10 years ago, open source tools and new content management systems and social media and how to make the most of it. But there was a lot to gain in that era. A lot of the nervous energy this time around is we need to invest in technology that actually could put us out of business or at least take our jobs away, but we sort of have no choice.
Yeah, it's funny because the opener, Bert Herman, who runs Hackers, he talked about how he can't sleep at night. It's not just because he's worried about the future and things like that. It's because he's on Codex and Claude so much coding his own stuff, and he had this image of himself like walking through another conference with the laptop open because he can't afford to close it because it's doing some cursor programming while he's walking around.
Telltale sign of a developer using AI is walking around with a laptop half open.
And I think you leaned over and you said, "Oh, that's me."
Yeah, that's me.
I see, app deploys coming in at midnight.
Yeah.
And like, it is a very real thing that I think there's this feeling of I need to grab this now before it goes away or it gets beyond me or I lose focus on what it is. And I think it's telling that at this conference, I think both in the morning and the afternoon every day, there was just an open session where you could go and do some vibe coding together. And we'd peek in the room and it was just like a bunch of people
Filled with
circled up,
Yeah.
typing on computers.
I feel that enhanced FOMO, and I do identify with the AI psychosis narrative we're starting to hear, because when an agent is doing your bidding for you, you're managing it. I popped open my laptop the other day and I had all these cursor windows open and you couldn't believe it.
I couldn't. You were doing like the zoom to see all windows, and there were like 50 tiny little windows in there.
Well, and that's not actually that unusual to have different projects open on your computer. I think the difference is I'm in one project and I ask the agent to execute something, and then I switch to a completely different project, and I'm parallelizing all these agents so that I'm making the most of the time. I'm not wasting a single token that I'm paying for in my monthly subscription. Who's in charge here? Like, who's doing the work?
Well, this is a whole nother episode, but I have told you, coding is just not as fun. Creating's easier, it's great. Now I type things into Codex or into Cursor, and I wait. I texted that to you, and you said, "Yeah, it really makes you wonder who's the boss and who's the employee."
So back to FOMO, just to wrap up here, I think journalists are feeling the same thing they frankly have been feeling for 25 years, which is I can't just write my stories, I can't just edit. I should be at least vibe coding, if not really coding with AI, because what's the missed opportunity that somebody else will find first?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say it's a resignation, but there wasn't the same discussion about should we be engaging with this. In fact, hilariously, one of the panels was literally titled, "Do we even need an AI use policy?" Different conversation than last year.
I think it's time to head out.
Back to work.
Thanks, Baltimore.
See you later.
That's pretty good. No, I think you got it. I mean, I'm just taking the video.